Hey Jai, how's it going, man?
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
All good. Stuck in my good old place, doing nothing much other than lazing around and cutting nowadays till the next show comes around, man. What about you?
Yeah, man. I've been busy. Been trying to get some work done, and then just writing some music. I was disturbing Vinod from Mucus a few days ago. I was telling him, "Hey, bro, maybe it's time I went solo and did a Dave Grohl to Mucus."
And to which he said,
He was like, "Yeah, man. Once you can strum a few chords, put it together, I'll record you." So I've been learning guitar. I've been trying to figure out stuff. It's not easy. I don't know how guitarists play, man. It's ridiculous.
"What yours Vidot, man? He has the answers to all of that."
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I've been doing my own like podcasting with the opposition party guys. And then doing some planning stuff for Mucus. As you can see, my props are at the disposal of me. So I don't know what I'm talking about. You do you, bro. Just
No, man, but it was pretty cool because I've been keeping tabs with what some of the local bands have been doing in the downtime. And Opposition Party is one such band that has been producing a lot of content on social media, man. And one of which is that you guys are having your ongoing video series of your own, I would say. It's pretty fascinating. It just showcases like the lives of these guys who are in the band Opposition Party. But first of all, like, how do you get that gig? I mean, Opposition Party is a legendary band in Singapore, man. And to be in that band is, for you, must be an honor, I would say.
yeah, man. I grew up with like a lot of punk, a lot of metal influenced in me growing up. I came from a household where my dad used to go to local shows and stuff like that. And so when I got the message from Opposition Party, I was like, lol. That's a lie. It must be a fake number or something. It's like if fucking Metallica asks you to play in their band, it's that kind of thing to me, because Opposition Party technically is in that level of things. And like the answer I tell people is like legendary band asked me to play drums for them because I'm a legendary drummer. I'm fucking amazing. But in all honesty, I'm not lah. I think they wanted someone. They needed a drummer to fill in, and they needed someone to session for a show that they were playing. And then I think Shawn Mugam was approached by them. They were asking him for drummers, and then he pointed them to me. He was like, "Oh, go and check him out." And that was fresh out of the FBO show, the one where Mucus played with Truth Be Known, Flesh Juicer, a few other bands. So it was awesome lah. We were all drunk for that show, by the way. Mucus, everyone was piss drunk. So
Leon.
yeah, I think Leon was drunk as well. Vino wasn't very drunk. I was drunk. I was there early. I started drinking at 3 p.m. The doors were supposed to open at 3. I was there at 2. I started drinking all the way. And then by the time it came to us playing, I don't even know what I was doing. Apparently, I went off the drum set and started a mosh pit.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what you get, bro. So then they called me up. Then I jammed with them. Yeah, the rest is history, man.
You know, when you say that you got like really drunk and you just started to start a mosh pit, man, this is the reason why you're in Mucus Mortuary. You guys are just fucking insane, you know that?
Thank you. It's the alcohol, it's not us.
So for those who are probably gonna watch this and wonder like what the hell is a Mucus Mortuary, it is a band that I have no fucking definition because every single show that I go to, it is like choose your own adventure, you know? Like I don't know, maybe I'll take this path and then I'll see Jarvis doing something really stupid. If I go to this path, I'll see Jai doing something really stupid and okay, but it all ends up to be like something really stupid but something really epic as well. And that's the awesome thing about Mucus Mortuary. Like you guys are one of the, I would still say like a new wave of bands that have captured the imagination of gig goers.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's really hard for younger bands to emerge, you know, especially in this day and age. Like you really need to be really good at what you do, as well as to have crowd engagement. If you possess neither of those, high chance that no one's gonna watch you.
Yeah, and I mean, also I think for Mucus, we really focus on the crowd engagement part. honestly, we're not very technical in terms of our music. Like the rest of the guys are very technical musicians. Leon, Vinod, they're all very technical guys. I don't know how to play technical drums, bro. I just whack. I play caveman drums. So it's, and then
Animalistic style, man.
yeah. Animal from Muppets is my favorite drummer.
Well, but speaking of favorite drummers, man, are there any guys in the local scene that you look up to in terms of drumming?
Oh, dude, okay, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I will say this. When I first started with Veridicon, Jarvis's side project, and then we moved on to Mucus. When we first started, because I don't know how to blast, so I can't blast. So the whole blast beat thing is very new to me. So I had this bet with Vinod where after every jam session, I'll be like, hey, how? You think it's 10% of VJs? After the next jam, you think it's like 15% of VJs? Because VJs is a fucking beast, bro. Can I swear? Can I swear on this?
Guess
Yeah,
what, man?
VJ is a beast, bro. I am amazed at him. So I love him and hate him because he's so talented. Like, it makes other drummers look bad. So VJ, shit, Gene from TBK.
Oh, oof, yeah, dude, jeez. Fucking maniacal, man.
He's scary, bro. So Gene from TBK, the drummer from Rudra. I cannot remember his name now. Siva. Is it Siva?
It might have been. Well, actually, now you put me in a spot. You wanna know why? Because Ruja changes their lineup.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
frequently.
No, but the drummer is always the same guy. So it should be Siva. I want to say it's Siva.
Gotta
So,
ring Katia up now.
Yeah, but the Rudra drummer, he is the guy that, like, when I first saw many years back, bro, like I saw him and I was like, wow, that is amazing.
And that's the thing, like
Yeah.
we talk about like local drummers and such. Let's talk about Vidish, for example. Like he plays for Wormrod, and they are, I would say, one of our local pride and joys aside from Tiger Beer and maybe not City Harvest because fuck those guys. So for you to see someone like Vijay like performing at major festivals, like does it inspire you to like to be elevated to that kind of level where you get to perform at a bigger stage at some point?
Yeah, man. But at the same time, I also know the amount of work they put in. Like, it's easy to dismiss them as being just good musicians, and that's why they're doing this. Like, VJ practices hours and hours a day, you know. So it's really dedication. The Wormrod guys have been playing shows and touring since even before I started playing music. So like the amount of dedication they put in is amazing, and I don't think I practice enough. So, but I really hope one day, you know, like any of my bands can go and actually tour the world and play shows overseas. I mean, we've played shows overseas, but like more than just the Asian countries. I would love like Europe, US, you know, do like van tours, that kind of stuff would be really dope. And it's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of sacrifice as well.
So when I had conversations with Arif and Vijay, like after like one of their shows, I just said get a, you know, like an inkling as to how their touring schedule works. And believe me, man, it's mad crazy. Again, that's not what Vijay was like. When I spoke to him about, you know, about him, you know, being really good and stuff, and he tells me that it's a lot of practice. Like he practically lives in the recording studio, you know, just practicing.
Yeah, bro.
And he can't get enough of it. I think that's like the key factor. Like you really need to love what you do in order to be very good at it. But also at the same time, we're talking about touring and such. Like these guys say, like it's not luxury, you know. It's not what people fantasize. It's not like you go to one country and you get to enjoy the sights and sounds and everything. It's practically you're like touring circles. Like, you know, you by the time you reach to that certain city, you do a show. You wouldn't have time to like interact with the fans and everything, man. You gotta like pack your shit up and probably have to take the car, get out of the van and get to the next venue and whatnot. And this is not like from say Bukit Panjang to Changi or something like that. That's still forgivable, man. You're talking about like from one city in Europe to another city in Europe.
Yeah. And I don't know, for me, maybe because I've not done it, I'm always fascinated by that concept, that get in the van, drive, play another show. Then after you're done with that show, pack up, carry on driving, sleep in the van, eat, sleep, shit in that van, and that's your life basically for like a couple of months. For me, I kind of want to do that, like really because music has such a stronghold in my life. Like I live shit, eat everything music. Like I'm always constantly thinking of ideas for drums and for songs. So to do that on the road and be able to disassociate from the other stresses in life, like work, school, whatever, it's amazing to me. And just to go out, play shows, grab a few beers, get in the van, just do that daily. However, that's not a sustainable lifestyle.
No. I'll definitely agree with you. I would say that in order for you to do that, especially in the Singapore context, man, if you want to live that kind of dream, you will probably have to take a lot of unplanned leaves, or you probably have to like quit your job. Only can get like contractual jobs because it's a very expensive thing, and most employees here in Singapore are not exactly the most understanding of people. So it's really tough. I can
Yeah.
totally understand that. But I would say that, honestly, like if given a chance, you should just go for it because it may sound arduous and it may sound as though like you gotta lose some sleep, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things that you want to do because you live for your passion.
Yeah, exactly, man. And all the people all over the world that's listening to this, please sign. Please bring Mucus Mortuary or opposition party to your country. We want a tour after this whole COVID-19 situation. I need to play drums for an extended period of time. So please help me out, man.
You need to like I need to like leave a troll that says like for $10, please please call.
Yeah, yeah. I'll play for beer. Okay, don't even pay me.
Well,
I'll play just for beer.
I'm pretty sure there are some places in Europe that will pay you for just beer, man, because that's all they can afford.
Yeah, but it's cool, man. I would want to do that like at least once in my life.
Yeah, I mean that'd be really awesome. But we thought, speaking of like having it tough and such, like I remember watching you as a teenager performing.
Yeah, bro. Black hole.
Yep, Black Hole. So could you care to tell everyone about your your first secondary school band?
Alright, so I started playing music. I don't know if it's really young because I've after talking to a lot of metalheads, like they've been playing music for like since they were 12, 13. I started playing drums when I was 15, like 14, 15, and I immediately started a band. And once I started a band, we were like, I went to my first local metal show when I was about 14. It was Mass Ritual 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was freaked the fucked out, bro, because there were people like burning incense sticks and like doing all kind of weird stuff. There was this band Tantric or Tantra or something where the start of their set, the bandmates set up chairs at the front of the stage, and then the singer whips in someone and they go up to the stage, and that's how they start their set. It was some BDSM, satanic, ritualistic shit, and I loved it. So I was like, oh, damn, this is amazing. So then I figured out how to learn drums. That's another story altogether. And then I formed my first band, Ark of Death. And then we immediately tried to go for shows. Back then, it was the pay-to-play scheme where you had to sell like 20 tickets at like $10 to your friends, and then you get to play. If you don't, you have to fork out money to play the show. And it was a thing that they used to do back then, which sucked. So after a while, we couldn't sell tickets because we were a new band. Nobody wants to see like this new band play this weird mesh of like metal, whatever that we were playing. So then we were like, fuck it, we'll form our own gigs. So we did our own gigs where we had like a bunch of different bands. So like Heaven Brought Me Hell was there. We had, I think Dirty Leather played a few shows. Tambi Kesiao was a very big influence in us organizing shows, and Shamraj was really, really nice. So Tambi Kesiao would play shows, and they were like idols to us. And then Stillborn, Zaganov, all these bands were there, and we would just have a party at Black Hole. Like go over to the Indian shop at Syed Alwi Street, buy beer for cheap, and then go back, get drunk, get smashed, listen to real like heavy metal, and just have a ball of a time. And that's what I did every weekend, bro, when I was younger. Like play shows and just have fun and watch bands, It was amazing.
Man, I remember the first time I watched Ark of Death, and I was, yeah. The funny thing was that it was one of the first few shows that I actually attended, and it was at Black Hole. So I realized that like with the people that I talked to, like there were a few common themes. There's one, the pay to play, which all of us agreed that it's a shitty idea because you shouldn't do that, especially if you're an upcoming band. Like you say, if you're a new and upcoming band and you're being asked to like sell tickets, who do you exactly sell it to? Like, especially let's say you're in secondary school, let's say you're first year in poly, like not everyone's into that kind of music,
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
Or either that or they can't really afford those kind of prices. And which I honestly think that if there's any organizers listening to this and if they want to bring up the idea, don't be a cunt.
Yeah. Please don't make bands pay to play. It's just not nice.
Yeah, if anything, you're just hindering like the development of this up and coming bands as well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of bands come and go because of the pay to play thing, because they kept forking out money to play shows that they were like, I'm done. Like on top of jamming and equipment and gear and recording, and then now you have to pay to play a gig. Like, why?
It's quite ridiculous, man.
Yeah, man. So, but I'm glad that concept is out the door. And after Black Hole closed down, like there were so many other awesome venues like Hoot Bar. I got very close to you when it was Hoot Bar at Outram.
Well,
At Outram Park.
Yeah, I remember
Hoot
this.
Bar. Yeah, is it? Yeah, Hoot Bar. So that's where like Dalif and I, Ganesh, and that whole clique where we would bring like alcohol in a tote bag and get drunk outside Hoot Bar. But that was really because of Ezekiel. Gotta shout him out because he started this whole like mixed genre gig and no pay to play. He really made that very popular. And there was gigs like every week, every 2 weeks. So we would like see each other every 2 weeks and like, hey, and then we just it was dope. It was dope.
So for those who want to follow Ezekiel, he's on Twitter as Easy Old Boy. shout out to him.
Shout out, brother.
He does it. He's probably gotta like watch his videos like, why's my name being mentioned?
Yeah, we're calling him out, bro. Calling him out.
Calling him out today, man.
Yeah, he sacrificed a lot, bro. I remember like there were gigs where he didn't make money, gigs where he broke even, and he kept doing it. And I've got to respect him for that, man. Like the sacrifices he made for the underground scene in Singapore, that's something that needs to be commended.
And this is why I noticed as well, like, if you're talking about the second shared team that all of us have, and that's Black Hole, I felt that place was the common ground where most of us like knew each other, either through like the bands or either through like just crowd interaction and everything. And I noticed this like 10 years on. I think it's been almost like 10 years or so, but everyone's like pretty much friends with each other, like even if we do not see each other on a daily basis, but this instant connection when like we go for shows, we just talk to each other. Like there's no barriers, there's no hesitation. We just start a conversation as though like I just saw you yesterday, sort of thing. And I also noticed this other thing where like the bands that I used to watch at Black Hole, they all gone on to forge their respective careers. Like for you, for example, like you play for Mucus Mortuary and you play for Opposition Party. But what about like the rest of the guys in Ark of Death? Then this comes like a documentary of like the whatever became Ark of Death. But I'm curious to know because like those, honestly, I felt like those guys, if you ask me as a neutral back then, they had promise, they had talent, but they just needed more experience for shows because clearly they just started to get their first cut,
So on this episode of Keeping Up with Ark of Death, so Ark of Death, we were a 5-piece band towards the end. So it was me, my brother Jai, or another Jai, Joshua Gyal, Brendan Tan, and Staufi. Brendan has changed his name recently, so I don't remember his Malay name, but he's awesome. I love Brendan, and he's a father now. So shout out to Brendan, Papa Brand. But yeah, so
Papa already, man.
Yeah, he's a papa, man. Wow. So Brendan joined the band halfway through. We were 3-piece initially. It was me, my brother, and Joshua, and there was no bass. It was a Wormrod style. Like we were like, yeah, man, we'll do that. So then we saw Brendan, and we were like, ooh, Brendan. Then we had 2 guitars and no bass.
Priorities,
This is what we were thinking back then, okay? Don't do that. That's stupid. So Brendan has moved on to play for Witch Seeker. He was playing for TBK for a while, and then now he's full time on Witch Seeker, and it's amazing. Brendan is one of those. Like when Brendan came to join Ark of Death, I was like, oh my god, we got a famous guy in the band because he's amazing. He's a shredding, orgasmic face making guitarist.
And back then,
So he's doing that now.
Interesting hairstyle as well.
Yeah, because of Ark of Death, he might disagree, but I'm gonna say it. Because of Ark of Death, Brendan shaved the sides of his head and got a full mohawk. Because Ark of Death started going through this punk crossover phase at one point. So he shaved the sides of his hair and had a full Liberty Spike kind of mohawk, which was awesome. And that's because of Selfie. Selfie is the bassist. He was our bassist. And then Selfie is now, he's not playing music, at least to my knowledge. Maybe he's doing it at home, playing himself. But Selfie is now like, he's doing MMA, so he's doing pretty good for himself. Joshua stopped playing music for a while. Hopefully he picks up the mic again because he's an amazing vocalist. And then my brother and I went on after Ark of Death to form Some Kind of Hate.
I remember those guys. That's the band with Parthiban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Parthiban, my brother, myself, and Tristan, who used to be the vocalist for Ark of Death way back then. So we formed Some Kind of Hate, which is like this punk rock alternative kind of band, which was very, very fun. And then that band slowly died after like they all had to go through NS. I was in NS during that. But then when they started going into NS, I think scheduling conflicts. No conflicts, we never fight. Scheduling conflicts, and I think just musical interest had changed. So we decided to disband. And then I went on to form other stuff. My brother stopped playing for a bit, Josh stopped playing for a bit, and Selfie stopped playing. So the only ones that are playing now from Ark of Death is me and Brendan. So yeah, stuck through it, guys.
You guys sound like the origin story is like, whatever happened to those guys, and now it's like, like those like YouTube videos like, oh, this is what happened to this guy. This is what happened to this guy. Yeah. Brendan's now a father.
Yeah, Brendan's a father? What? Oh my god!
I should put it as my caption, as my clickbait, man, so that people just click on it.
Brendan's a father? But shout out to Brendan. Brendan is one of my favorite guys around. He's the sweetest. So I'm not gonna make fun of him. I love you.
He's a nice guy now, but I'll still make fun of him because of his fucking fanny pack.
Nah, I used to make fun of him for his shots. Yeah, he had the worst shots.
Hey guys.
But yeah, man. So that's kind of like a rundown of all the bands I played. Actually, yeah, this is a good series. You made me think about all my bands.
Actually, that's my job. You see, like when I handpick all of you guys and start to like set this video chat, it is also to pick your brains and really think about whatever happened within like these 10 years, man. Like anthology of like your music career, that sort of thing. And it's fun,
Yeah.
like like you don't have to be famous to talk about music. Like you can be playing music for a period of time and you can still list down like the things that you've done and those milestones. And I would say like to the local audience, when they listen to this kind of things, they will be fascinated because they'll be like, wow, like, okay, I didn't know this guy from like, for example, like for you, like they knew you from like Mucus Mortuary or Opposition Party. And then when they hear about like the previous bands that you're in, I think it's also like it's like a mind map also. Then they start thinking, oh yeah, I've been to this show. Oh yeah, I've been to Master Show. Oh, is this the guy that I saw for the first time? And then it just adds up together, And it's also good practice for me as well, because like when I talk to you guys, when you start mentioning names, I'll start listing down like the candidates who I want to interview next.
All right, next get Brendan, bro. Brendan's a father.
I'll try. You know what? I do bump into Brendan sometimes because we live around the same area. He lives like 5 minutes away from me.
Oh, nice. Yes. Yes, and I work nearby both of you. So
yeah, because we bump into each other, man. Because you work at Boy Style, right?
Yes, yeah. I will not mention anything. I don't want to put
them
it's
in. Fine. No, it's fine. I mean, I'm not going to talk about that in detail as well, but I'm just talking about how like we just bump into each other at the most random places, you see.
Yeah, it's amazing. Because like we see each other at shows all the time, and then there's this energy, and then we don't see each other for very long periods of time because shows are very hard to come by nowadays. And then when we see each other on the streets, it's like this instant, like 500 meters away, like, and then we're just like, bro, what's up, man? And that environment like makes us like relate to each other, and I think it's because of that shared love and passion for something that ultimately like you become family for life just by the music and the culture that you're in.
And this is the thing that I would say people who are not in our community will understand. Like, I think for them, it's some sort of a, it's what they find it really surprising when like like guys from shows and everything, and then when they ask like, oh, how do you know this guy? Like, oh yeah, I went to a show, I met him like once or twice. And people will be like, so why are you like talking to Yazoo like you know him for a long time? You're like, I know we got like the same kind of interest, you see. And it's like the good thing I noticed about our community, or at least the bunch of guys that we went for shows together with. Like, it may have been 10 years, but yet like the camaraderie and the bond is still there, you know. Like when we go for shows, everyone just unites together, and it's something that I would say is it's heartening to know. You know, like when I look at the older generation, like by days that goes by and everything, like one by one, these guys will just drop out. They just disappear and fade away and everything. But then when we look at our generation of our generation of guys who go for shows and performing and such. It's been 10 years on, man, but you can see like the bulk of them are still there.
Yeah, bro. And that is why we wrote the song, Where Were You 10 Years Ago?
Man, I was talking about that with Jarvis, man, but in true Jarvis fashion, it was 90% renting and 10% logic. So
yeah, that's Jarvis for you, bro. But I think it's not only just metal. Like there are many guys that I've met, like when Opposition Party opened up for Power Trip earlier this year. It was amazing because this guy came up to me outside the venue and he was like, hey bro, you used to play for Spooky Writer. And I was like, whoa, yeah, man. And that's not a metal band. Like Spooky Writer was like my project with a few of my friends where we were making like indie, shoegaze, trippy music. And like metalheads who have been supporting the music from the local scene actually even went to check that out and, you know, and remembered me from there. And they were like, oh my God, now you're playing for OP. Oh, I got to catch this now. Blah, blah, blah. And it's amazing because like, I look at it as, wow, because I make music for myself. Like, it's not like making music to sell, make money and jack off, you know. I make music because like I really genuinely believe in the material that we put out. So to have people come up and, you know, talk to me about these bands that I no longer play with or is no longer existing, it's just like super cool to me. Like, yeah, I'm famous. That's the only fame you need, bro.
You know, by very same token, when I go for some shows or even when I did like a live IG chat, like with one or two other guys, I have people like asking me about SDM. If you are aware of what it is, it's like the Singapore Dark Alternative Movement when I was still like pretty much into the golf scene. And I'm still surprised people actually remember me from that, you know. And that's like 10 years ago, dude. And I look completely different. And then people are asking me like, oh, how's the golf scene like now? And I'm just like, I don't know how to answer this. Like, can you ask me about the rock and metal scene? Maybe I can better place in that. But people will always remember you for not that one singular thing. When you make so much of an impact in the music community, people recognize you for various things, and I think it is also like a good indicator for you as to how they remember you by. Like for me, for example, like, I remember you from Ark of Death, but the next person will probably remember you for Spooky Rider, and maybe the next person will remember you for Mucus Mortuary. So when you look back at all of this, how does that make you feel, man? Does it make you feel crap, man? I feel like really old right now, or do you feel like shit? There's more that needs to be done.
Yeah, for me, I mean, the crap I'm feeling old thing happens because I look at younger bands today and I'm like, shit, like fuck, I'm old because like I should be playing stuff like that and I can't because the new guys are really technical. They're really like practicing and honing their skills. I'm not, just sitting here on my fat ass all the time
eating muruku.
Yeah, eating muruku. So you know, I kind of hate that. So then I'm like, damn, I'm old. And I have to work out now to play Mucus shows because Mucus, I'm really exerting a lot. Mucus is a workout lah when I play drums for Mucus. So I need to go and run. I need to physically keep fit and do a lot of cardio to be able to play one Mucus show. So I'm prepping. Besides just jamming, I'm actually exercising for Mucus shows. But then I also look back and I'm like, wow, I've done so much. What are the gaps that I need to go and fill in now? Like what is the legacy I want to leave behind? You know, I mean, sure, it's not like I'm going to be the next Ramones or whatever, but what legacy do I want to leave behind where people look back at me and are like, yeah, man, you know, the drummer from Mucus was fucking sick. I love him. You know, there are no bands that play like the drummer from Mucus anymore, or like the drummer from OP, that Indian guy, he's dope. You know, so what's that mentality I want to leave back and that memory of me? And so I'm constantly thinking of new things to add in to the songs that are existing, new songs that I can write, as well as different projects that I can work on. So I'm constantly thinking of like new music that I can work on, new genres, because it comes to a point where sometimes metal can get stagnant, where if you play in too many metal bands, you're just reusing drum beats and riffs. And I don't want to be that person. I want to be fresh and be creative at all times. So I'm constantly listening to new stuff. Recently, I've been very into like stoner, like desert rock. Yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of that. So I've been like picking up the guitar and trying to like, how do I play like Josh Homme? And I can't do it lah, but it's one of those things where it forces me to learn and not be an old ass and to go and figure things out. And it makes you a better drummer as well, I think. You know, by understanding the way guitar people work and then being able to write drum parts based on that.
I'll agree with you because that was the same question I asked. Yeah, I asked Zul the other day because he plays in like two bands, and I asked him like, you know, what's like the difference between you playing for Submissions and playing for BC? And he tells me like, you know, as a drummer, like they actually kind of rely on him for the cues and everything. So a drummer plays a very pivotal role in the band, and people tend to overlook that sometimes. People just think he's just a guy behind a drum kit, he's just like smashing some shit and stuff. But you guys are basically like the heartbeat of the band, because you are the ones that keep the rhythm in check, and it allows like the instrumentalists to take cues from there. And people, and I would say that for the casual listener, they would not realize this, but I think if you are someone who attends for shows, you will start noticing nuances like that.
Yeah, can you tell this to all the bands I play for, that the drums is very important? but yeah, I use it. I use that excuse a lot, where like when I come up with drum beat and that, and they tell me like, oh dude, you're wrong. You're not playing in time, or you're going off tempo. I'll tell them like, yeah, but if I leave the band, you're an acoustic piece. So shut up. Nobody listens to acoustic metal. So treat your drummers kindly, guys.
Otherwise, you're just gonna be like a shitty Tenacious D.
Yeah, why?
Because they have drums.
Yeah. But okay, Dalif, there's one question I've been meaning to ask you for very, very long. Okay, and I remember you talking to me about it, but I feel like we need to capture this on the camera as well. Yeah, what is Turbo Jugend?
Well, that's the easiest answer I can ever give you. So the Turbo Jugend is the fan club of the Norwegian punk band Turbo Negro, and they have fan clubs all over the world, and they are easily identifiable by the denim jackets or the kutas, as you will see. So they have like the band's logo at the back and the front, and it will be emblazoned with the Turbo Jugend, which is the name of the fan club, followed by the location that they are in. So for me, my first chapter, when I first started the whole Turbo Jugend thing, was situated in Outram, because that was where I spent my teenage years in studying and stuff. So I'm an Outram boy through and through. So Jarvis, you're watching this? Fuck Gan Singh.
Yeah. Damn you, Gan Singh.
Because they make screw jobs like him. But that aside, you know, like I would say, even for myself, like I juggle between like being in the Turbo Jugend, which is a global fan club, and I'm trying to put Singapore on the map as well, because we are one of the few Asian chapters aside from Thailand. Ironically, the guy who started the chapter in Thailand is from Canada. And Japan being Japan, like they can do anything they want and they can just pull off effortlessly. But it's always tougher for like guys in other Asian countries that are not popular. For example, like Singapore, like we have to work twice as hard to get recognized by the Western audience, because to them they do not know Singapore as a music hub, or they having a passionate fan base. So sometimes, like when I do videos where I travel to like Europe and such, and I meet up with all the Yugos and everything, I try to represent Singapore as much as possible, because this is where I come from at the end of the day. And I do it through like my videos as well. Like I want to capture all these moments of the parties and everything and bring it back to Singapore. It's like going on a, what do you call it, like a sociology project, you know. You go to Europe, capture all the specimens and shit, and then you bring it back home to Singapore. And as a result, you know, what I try to do as well is to introduce some of our local bands to my friends. And what I used to do is that sometimes when I go for shows, I'll buy CDs and stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I don't have a CD player. So because some of these bands or like the albums and everything you can find on Spotify, which is really good. So what I'll do is that when I have some of these CDs and I've already found them on Spotify, for example, when I travel, I'll actually bring them over to my friends and I'll like do some sort of a barter of sorts.
Yeah,
and this is like and this is like in the hope that they might pass it on to a friend who might be a promoter or someone who might consider coming to Singapore and maybe having a local band as support and stuff. It's a long shot. I said it is a very long shot that it might happen, but you never know, man. Like life works in mysterious ways, you know. And also at the same time, like through this project I'm doing right now, I am trying to give my friends the attention that they deserve through their projects as well. And I really hope like through this platform, I'm able to do so where people will tune in and listen to like the bands that are being mentioned or the individuals that make it work. Because I feel that, I feel that, you know, I spoke about this before as well. Like I feel that our mainstream media does not do a very good job in portraying us in the right light. They see us as some sort of a novelty. They're actually kind of making fun of us as well because they see us as some sort of a joke. And I want to change all of that, you know? Like I want it to be done in such a way that we can have fun, we can laugh about it, we can poke fun of each other and stuff. But then the things that we talk about are really serious nature and stuff that really happen. And people can laugh at some of the things that are being said, but when they listen to our stories and everything, they start to realize, okay, these guys really work their way up towards where they got to. Like seriously, like, honestly, when John, I ask you, if you didn't work your ass off to where you are today, I don't think you'd be playing for like Operation Party or Mucus.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of sacrificing lunch monies and working 2 jobs. Not that bad, lah, guys. Just do it.
And now, as I found out today, like apparently, you know, to be in a band in this day and age, you need to do your fucking cardio.
Yeah. If you play drums for Mucus Mortuary, like you need to do cardio. Even Opposition Party, lah, to an extent now, because I don't play properly, so I'm not a good drummer. So don't learn from me. But you know, like the way I play, it's a lot of physical elements involved. Like I'm constantly swinging my arms, I'm moving around, I'm jumping on the stool, screaming at people. So just don't do that. Just play drums. But it's a lot of cardio.
But with this as well, like I saw like, you know, with like the bands, like mainstream bands, for example, like these guys are really looking into fitness and living a healthy life and such. No longer, I mean, gone are the days where you take like a shitload of drugs or like just tanked out of booze and just go on stage and everything, still wing it. Now bands are like, you know, preaching about healthy living. And like, for example, when I listen to the Jamie Jamster podcast, you know, the guy from Hatebreed, he's always talking about doing your push-ups, drinking your coffee and shit. And it's all about like living that kind of life, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing with like the old school like metal hardcore guys. Like they're very like, it's the PMA mentality, positive mental attitude. So it's about like all their music, it's about like get fit. I call it protein core. Get fit, be strong. You know, if people want to push you, punch them in the face. So that's the mentality, which is not wrong. Yeah, it's that dude bro vibes, which is awesome. But I think the reason why that happens is because like back in the day, like in the 80s, 90s, like drugs and alcohol and all that were taboo. So us being the underground kids, like, fuck the authority. We're going to do this because you said don't. And now today, like if you look at like YouTube and stuff like that, everyone's doing drugs in popular music. You've got rappers and new music artists who are smoking up weed and drinking booze. So I think the subcultures naturally, we are like, if they're doing it, that means it's not cool. So fuck it, we're going to be fit. So like all these underground subculture guys technically are starting movements where like the straight edge movement, the vegan movement, you know, the keep fit movement, the positive mentality movement, stuff like that. So I think it's cool lah. I mean, that's the way the culture works. We evolve. We realize like doing drugs makes you sound like shit. And that's why Guns N' Roses broke up. So don't be Guns N' Roses. Stop using drugs. You know, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like Mucus, we drink a lot when we play. Like we're known as the drunk band. But
so you're basically Shawn's favorite band then.
Yeah, like we cover a song called Drink. You know, so we are basically your happy-go-lucky, drink beer, fuck fear kind of band. But at the same time, I'm not drinking all the time. So when I go to a show, that's a party for me. And then I go back and I live my life normally. I eat clean, I exercise as much as I can, and I don't drink alcohol unless it's a show or it's a party. To me, a gig is an event, so I drink at events. So Christmas, you know, stuff like that. Other than that, I don't really drink. I'm not that big on alcohol.
What kind of gig? What kind of gig happens on Christmas, man? Is it
no like a gig to me is like Christmas.
That was just pulling a leg, man.
No way. Hopefully we can get a gig by the end of this year. That's all I'm hoping for.
Shit, you know, like honestly, I feel just as restless as well, man. Like, as you know, like when I go for shows, I tend to capture all these moments and everything, and I miss the thrill of it, man. I miss the going to the front and trying to capture everyone in like different angles and everything, and try to fight off like a mosh pit and shit. And honestly, like, even for me, like I miss that kind of thrill, man.
Yeah, bro. And like the shitty thing is, like around May, opposition party was supposed to record. We were supposed to film a music video, and the music video, the idea we had was to invite people to come down for $1 gig or $2 gig, and so it's a small space, intimate, and it's really to celebrate the release of our last EP, Tales to Horrify. By now you can get it on Spotify lah, so don't worry. go support. But yeah, so we were supposed to do that in May, and then 1st April, circuit breaker, I was like, haha, April Fools. And no, bro, it was real. And so now we're stuck at home, can't plan any gigs. We were supposed to go on tour, we can't do that. Mucus was supposed to film a music video, now we can't do that. So thank you, whoever brought in the coronavirus to Singapore. Thank you.
In most cases, I'll just blame Ganesh, but you know, for once, he's off the hook.
Yeah, now he's Shawn. Shawn Mugam!
Shawn was like, he's like bak chor mee right now. He's just like, fuck, who mentioned
me? Someone talk about me.
And he's gonna punch another wall. He's gonna break his fucking hand again.
But my favorite story of Shawn, we still have time, right? I'm just gonna tell the last story about Shawn. There was once we played a gig. Mucus played a gig at Analog Factory at Woodlands. And then after the show, we went down to eat. And this is about like 10 o'clock. So it was the last call for beer. So we bought like 20, 30 bottles of beer. I want to say, I'm not very sure. We bought a lot of beer. And then we were just eating bak chor mee or something to that effect. Just drinking beer at Woodlands, this industrial area in Woodlands. And then Shawn got so drunk, he stood up on the chair and started singing Mr. Brightside while stripping. And then the thing is, instead of like calming him down and not, creating a ruckus and not to capture attention from the passerbys, Javi stood up on the chair and started singing with him. And then we were this only singular table in this industrial building singing Mr. Brightside, because the rest of us were also like, fuck it, we can't stop them. And then the thing that got Shawn to stop was he decided, I'm gonna chug a bottle of beer, bro. And then he chugged it mid-song. I think it's during the part where, in the song Mr. Brightside, the I'll never. So during that period, Shawn decided to chug an entire bottle of beer, throw the bottle of beer at the car park. Thank God there was no cars. And then proceed to fall back on the chair that he was standing on. And then he just passed out on the floor. That's Shawn. My favorite memory of him. I'm not sure if Dalif was there.
I was not there, because if I tell you what, okay, so for those who wonder what I'll normally do if one of my friends get into such shenanigans, I'm always like the straight-laced guy who tries to keep the peace, I'm basically Mr. Guys, let's not do this, man. Come on, let's not embarrass ourselves. That's always my role in the metal hawk gang, Ganesh will haul himself out. Shawn will do something really ridiculous to get everyone's attention, and I'll be that one friend who will just be.
Although I have to give Dalif props. There was once Shawn got so drunk, Dalif ended his night and brought Shawn back home. After Shawn proceeded to puke on Dalif.
Oh my god!
So I gotta give this man props.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna end this story. I'm gonna end this session with that story, because you know why? For some reason, I don't know why it came at the top of my head, but crap, I can't remember the story. So, ladies and gentlemen, please sit tight. I'm gonna enunciate my words properly, and I'll tell you the story as it is. So the year was 2016. It was the Euros, and Wales was playing against Belgium, and the usual gang were at Five Square, drinking and watching the game. And Shawn, being Shawn, of course, he drank a bit too much, and things were fine until he said to stand up. More specifically, he tried to stand up on the table, and the waitress was trying to let him to not to do that and stuff. And I tried to calm Shawn down, and everything was fine until he said, "Fuck Belgium." Then I was like, "Okay, dude, you know what? You need to go." So that's not cool, Shawn. Let's go. And we started to hear him a cab because he was totally wasted. And midway through, we were walking. Shawn puked on my shoes. And by the way, I bought the shoes just a week ago. It was a Kiss edition of Vans. And when he puked on my shoes, I wasn't even mad. I was just like, dude. And I just looked at him. And Shawn just looked up at me and went.
So guys, this is what happens when you sit down and drink with the guys from Mucus and the Metal Horde and all these metal heads, right? They drink like crazy. The worst people to drink with is TBK. Like, you drink till you drop. So,
guys, if you want to drink with TBK, please remember where your nearest hospital is, because you really might really need it, man. Do not match Subash when it comes to drinking. I swear to you.
Yeah, shout out to Subash, man. The only person that drinks more than Javis, I feel, is Subash.
But at least it works out.
Yeah, Subash is fit. Yep. Javis, on the other hand. But yeah, man, I don't wanna to ruin your podcast with talks of drinking.
No. Actually, you know what? That's the whole fun of it. You see, look, remember when you spoke about me about doing the episode and such? I told you we'll talk about music, we'll talk about certain personal issues, blah blah blah. This is where the randomness comes in. And you know what? That's the beauty. That's the beauty of this video series, where it starts off serious and it talks about pretty interesting introspective stuff, and then it just escalates to fucking chaos, man. It's just like us going to a show, basically. We go to a show, we have fun.
Breakdown.
Yeah. So if you guys actually listen to this and you're wondering how it feels like going to a show with this bunch of idiots, this is what happens. We go to a show, we enjoy the show, we talk about the music, and then shit just goes down.
Yep.
And we're not even
fun.
drinking.
Yeah. I'm normally a lot louder and a lot more chaotic when I'm sober, actually. So it's not the alcohol. The alcohol actually mellows me out. Yeah. That's
Actually,
why
it's
I
kinda-
drink before I play.
It's kind of true, man. I don't know, man. I think when I drink, I just be like pretty sedated. Or then I'll get annoyed because you wanna know why? You wanna know why? Cause Shawn is there.
Why? Yeah, Shawn is the definition of crazy drunk, and I love it. I love it.
So I'm so I'm gonna end this episode on a very high note, and if everyone like bursting to fucking giggles, Jai, you know what? It's nice catching up with you, dude. It's
Yeah, man.
fuck.
Thanks for having me on the show, bro. Thank you
Yeah,
so
dude.
much.
Likewise, man. And you know what? Before we go, let's do a quick recap of your projects and where they can find it.
All right. So, wow, there's so many stuff. Ark of Death, you can't really find the stuff anymore. I'm thinking of uploading it. So let me know if you guys want me to upload like the whole EP that we have. You can check out Some Kind of Hate. Thanks to Bob from Takeoff Bob. He's uploading Some Kind of Hate stuff on Spotify. So he's hooking us up with that. So thank you, Bob. Mucus Mortuary, go and buy our merch. We've got t-shirts. We've got more t-shirts coming out. Go and support us. We've got a single Karanguni out on Spotify. Go and support Opposition Party because I need to pay my bills. Joking. We don't earn money from this. But we've got a new t-shirt design. This is a t-shirt design. I want to say I designed it, but I didn't. So new t-shirt design coming out. Our album EP Tales to Horrify is out as well as our podcast Everyday Born a Dog that you can catch on YouTube. And then Spooky Riders on Spotify. Go and support that. Support the music that I love so that I can make more music that you love. And then check out my friend's Tattoos by Savin to get sick tattoos like this. Check out Dr. Martens for boots. Check out Vans for shoes. I'm just saying stuff. Promo code JAI30 to get 30% off absolutely nothing because I cannot give you anything for free. I'm not Jarvis. But
And
that's about.
And also, guys, this episode is being brought to you by S11, my sponsor at the back.
S11, bro. That's the best coffee in Singapore.
And shout out to all the Tiger Bee aunties, man. I miss you.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
All the Tiobu that sell the Tiger Beer. Thank you very much. You're the best.
All right, dude, man. It's nice catching up with you, dude. I'll see you soon.
See you soon, brother.
Love you,
Take
bro.
care. Hey, wait. What's this show called?
Virtual Visitation.
Check out Virtual Visitation on YouTube, Spotify, and on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much, Dalif, you the man, my brother. You the man.
You.
Also go check out Kyle and Kakis. I want to shout out a fellow metal brethren. You know, his podcast, Kyle and Kakis. Pretty dope stuff. I think I'm going to be on there one day. I want to be famous. So Kyle, call me. Hit me up, brother.
Holla. See you, buddy.
And
no, one more.
Dalif.
Yeah.
Dalif,
Yes.
go support Dalif and all his different projects. I know he's got the York Hill Pride.
Instagram.
You know, support that on Instagram. Go and check out Virtual Visitation on all those platforms I said already. Check out Turbo Yugen Fan Club. This is the best shit ever. They're the coolest guys around. They fuck the fear. They drink the beer. I love Turbo Yugen. You're the best. I got erection. And then what else? What else am I want? Thank you, Dalif, for having me here. And if you guys want to see me come back on this show for episode 2, just tell Dalif, put in the comment below, bro. Tell Dalif, you think I got things to do? No, I'm fucking free. Tell Dalif so that I can come back here and talk more cock and fuck the world and drink the beer. Okay, thank you, Dalif. That's about it.
Thanks, dude. Bye.
Death to all pop metal.